and then we will let some stuff roll. Hey, there's a fly in here. That's gonna be fun.
Hey, Jesse, I'm filming. You asked me to let you know when we were filming. We were filming, okay? Well, this could be Instagram. This one right here, this video right here. That's. What is going on in my ears?
Can you hear that now?
Oh. I love the music. Oh, yeah.
How do you actually hear that now?
No. I have the YouTube pulled up. So.
Oh, okay. You were saying what's going on in my ears, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on in your ears.
Well, I started hearing myself talk about posting an Instagram. I'm like, how is my phone in my ears? This is amazing. It's a little delayed. Okay, this is getting ready to go for a live stream. Jessie, there she is, behind the scenes. That face every time. I love it, man. Boom. Let's see who's in here. I get definitely claim first.
That's right, y'all. Vlogpasters, episode number 50, about to go live. A little bit of the new setup. So we'll see how well this goes. There's Jarrod.
Should we go for a live stream? Nobody asked you. There we go. Ah, my. Let's see. We need to tag. I just need to say @ and there you are.
Oh, man. Why is this? Here's my share button. Here's my share button. I gotta look all the way over there. All right. Wow, it's really weird when you got like one ear on and the other off, because then I get a weird delayed echo in my ear.
Oh, from the live. Hey, babe, what's your handle again? I always do the wrong one. Why is it not like you? Got you. I see my face. Here we go. Whole Instagram.
Wait, hold on. Where's my... What is it? Command A? There it is. Command C. You and I
Today.
Hey, it says it's supposed to start right now.
Oh,
You know what that means we should do?
we should probably start it.
I think we should run an intro. I don't even know which one I selected.
Welcome to the Vlogpasters Podcast, a podcast all about the stories and strategies of sharing God's love in the digital world. Now, here are two pastors that love to put a camera in their face and walk around in public. They are the Waldorf and Statler of digital ministry, Jarrod Brown and Joshua Verwers.
Howdy, people. Good to see you. Glad we're here. I'm Josh. That guy's Jarrod.
Hello.
Isn't it neat how our desks, like
Do they perfectly align?
They
Sorry.
line up.
Perfectly align?
It's like, I think I'm off a little bit. I'm setting
You're
a little
down, I think.
weird. There we go. Now they're lined up. I just twisted a little bit. I do not know why actually, I do know why. I decided to do some remodeling around here, and because we did some remodeling around here, all of a sudden things wanted to go a little wonky and a little banana. And now I've got like a new eCam set up on a new Mac Mini, and now it's giving me all these pop-ups like I've never used eCam before, and I'm like, don't tell me about how there are viewers right here. I see it says there's two of them, and it's probably Jarrod and I, but that's okay.
It's us. It's definitely us.
We know at least one is you. Oh, hey, see, there's something else that I did. Look at this. Yeah, I have not even adjusted, apparently, how these comments are supposed to look. What is that doing? Show me. How do I, okay, I want to edit this. I need a different font. What font
You
should
know-
we go with, Jarrod?
Let's go. Do you have Mandalore?
I do not have Mandalore yet.
You need to get Mandalore. That's
need
my new personal favorite. It's in
is
all
it-
my videos.
Is it on Adobe fonts?
No.
Well,
You don't trust third party?
I
Free
do.
open source?
I do all the time. I just haven't done. All right, we're gonna do Railway. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
I don't know why.
How does
And
it
then,
look?
Hold on, Railway, and we'll go with white. And I don't care about the other stuff. It looks like that.
This is such a sales pitch for Ecamm because last night Jesse and I were streaming on State of the Union.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to do what you're doing right there, I just couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't?
It's not even like, would I be able to do it in the amount of time in which you're doing it right now? No, not even the ballpark. I don't know how to do it. That's one of those that you would just, it's OBS. You're going to be there for a while learning how to code. Not really.
Right, that's what I needed to do. I needed to stretch this out a little
Look
bit.
at this. You're stretching things. You're bending. You're all limbering up over there on your side. It's crazy. There's a buy me.
That was
Friendly fire, man. There's nobody buying any coffees.
hey.
Friendly fire.
Fortunately, there was no audio that went with it.
Oh, perfect.
I had it hidden over on my camera overlay, and so I clicked the unhide button. I was trying to unhide the other one, and I happened to unhide that one instead. But hey, that's what we'll have.
There we go. I got a box going.
Yeah, so you are here. Genevieve is here. We are here. We don't know what we're doing today, other than we do know that this is officially episode 50. Can you believe that we've done 50 of these things?
In a way, yes, because we carved out intentional time to sit down and make this a priority for sure. So in a way, yes, it's a part of our every week. But in a way, not 50 of them, man. Maybe like 17. That's what it feels like to me. Episode 17.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like there's been as many as we've been doing. We've been doing this for quite a while, and we've probably done more live streams than even that, because there were some before it was officially, Vlogpasters live streams, but it doesn't feel like it at all. Like, nope. Don't know why.
In a way, I appreciate the rawness of how we tackled these, because we're on episode 50 and we're still going, now wait a minute, what were we doing? Part of that is, we're going to take a couple weeks after this episode, I believe, and we're going to really be a bit more intentional about what is the overall topic of each and every week, and some of our planning and logistics stuff. But I still appreciate the raw factor of we're Skyping.
Yeah, and I don't want to get rid of that raw Skype factor. At the same time, this is out on the interwebs, and so to give a little bit of a value prop, if we will, to sit there and say, hey, we're going to at least discuss this. And if we could do that ahead of time versus doing it afterwards, it's even less work on me, which is good. I like less work.
I totally value, I think it's maybe it's Diana who does this, but crafting a title, knowing what you're talking about, the things that you're going to try to address throughout a stream ahead of time, so that you can provide an option for your audience to say, I need that, or I've been looking for that. This is the one that I want to click on. If there's an episode or backlog of them. Jesse and I obviously are the opposite. Last night's live stream was something to the effect of, did you move the sofa? And it was whatever random comment she made previous to going. Like, I'm typing, I say, hey, what does the title need to be? And she's still off in left field going, did you move the sofa? I think if we move the sofa over there. So I think that the title was, did you move the sofa?
Yeah.
Never. Just the whole shift of like, that's specifically for our audience. No one else outside of our crew is going to go, oh, I wonder if they moved the sofa or not.
Yeah.
Or what in the world is that about?
Well,
just our crew.
And up until, I guess, the next episode, so even including this one, what we've typically done is just whatever whatever like a comment is that I just randomly pick, just looking through, and it's like, oh, hey, that one works, because I think it's hilarious, and it's also a little way to kind of bring the crew in and let them know that they're a part of this as well. But I think just, going forward, because I'm trying to get super focused on what I'm doing online. And so I've got to have everything in kind of a nice little box. So I know I need to open this box to do this thing. And if I'm not using it, then it just stays here. So it's kind of out of my way. And that's what I've got to try to do with a lot of this stuff. Because otherwise I think I'm just going to lose my mind.
Well, you're also you're at a place in your online digital ministry and in life where this is a lot more front burner. This is no longer a hobby. This is an income. This is a potential. You not need it, but it pays some bills. It's going to help pay some bills. So you probably do need to get a little bit more streamlined and all of that stuff, which I totally understand. Can't hang out and jaw jab about whatever. I guess we can. We just need to title it, be more specific about addressing those points, and then jaw jacking.
Yeah, and that's where I think at least if we had that one thing, because the other part is, I would like to be able to grab, even the audience that isn't already here and bring them over and say, hey, if you want to just like hop in on, this chat that we do where we're just talking this, that, and the other thing, this is how we do it. But sometimes people are looking for more of the value, like, okay, well, what? Because if I'm trying to sell it as, hey, here's two friends that are just chatting about nonsense.
Yeah, I don't care
and
about
it's
that.
like, no, I'll pass, because I don't even do that. Like, I'm a big fan of Rhett and Link, but I don't listen to Ear Biscuits. That's their podcast, and that's just those two chatting. At least that's what they tell me it's about. I've never listened to an episode. I don't ever plan on listening to an episode, because that's all it is. Now, I'll watch Good Mythical Morning, even though it has nothing to do about anything, but at least they've told me up front, hey, let's see if we can come up with like snack foods from an alternate dimension. And I'm like, sounds fun. Let's look at that. And then 20 minutes later, I'm sitting here and I'm like, why am I still watching this thing?
They're brilliant. I don't watch their content, but every time I hear somebody talk about their stuff, I'm like, oh, I need to watch their content. I'm never buy a clickable link. I think that's kind of the point, though, too, because I wouldn't, unless I was on this show, listen to two. Well, not I am on the show, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If it wasn't me, I wouldn't listen to two friends just jaw jack about something. But if they were two pastors who were invading the digital space and sharing topics or sharing perspectives on a common topic, I'd listen to something like that. I'd be interested in something like that, even if they were just two friends jaw jacking about two pastor friends who were jaw jacking about whatever, an individual topic. I could at least then decide whether I wanted to be a part of it or not.
Well, and one of the first podcasts that I ever listened to is called the 200 Churches podcast, and it was Jeff and Johnny, like a lead and an assistant pastor, actually here in Iowa, but I didn't find that out until months into listening to this thing. And it was all about just conversations for churches that were 200 and under. And so it was that small church type pastor thing. And it was just, they're just having conversations about different things in ministry. And so that really intrigued me. And it was just, hey, just two guys just chit chatting. But because it was about ministry and because they had that relationship of, friends and coworkers, I was sucked in. I was like, all right, let's check this out. And that kind of got me into to listening to podcasts, and then later, starting to do stuff. But it was nice because at least I could check out the episode title for that week and see what it was going to be about. So that's where it's like, with this, and I think we're probably going to stray a little bit less away from the traditional podcast, format with this, because it's just extra work. But if people are wanting to check out, a weekly conversation about whatever, then this will be kind of the place to go where they can hop in and check it out and hear our shenanigans and ramblings.
I don't have to put in the work on the podcast side, but I will say a lot of Diana's stuff, if there's a choice between, Diana's getting the heat today, but There's a choice between video or audio, I'll probably choose her podcast when you're doing stuff, when you're out and
Yeah.
about. We lead busy lives. And so part of me is like, oh man, I really don't want to get rid of the podcast side just in case there is somebody like me out there who has, wants to be involved in the conversation, wants to hear our perspectives, but at the same time is like, dude, I can't sit down and dedicate video time.
Yeah.
And if they don't have the premium on YouTube, you can't turn, at least with my phone, you can't turn off YouTube, the screen, and still hear it playing through your headset.
I hadn't thought about that because I'm sitting here the whole time you're saying this, and I'm like, just use YouTube. You just
if you don't
hit
have
play on the
premium,
video, and you turn off your screen, and you plug it in, you're good to go.
Nope.
I forgot. And that's because I think Diana did this was her Friday stream. She was talking about YouTube Premium there for a little while. And one of the things that I noticed with the YouTube Premium, I had been paying for 2 YouTube Premium family plans for months without realizing it because it was such a value for me. It seemed like it kept popping up and giving me a notification that my premium subscription had renewed, or I would look into my, online checking account and I'm like, wow, it seems like I'm paying YouTube a lot of money quite often.
They sure are faithful to ask me for their money.
And it wasn't dawning on me at all. And then I start flipping through from one of my email accounts to the other, and I saw premium on both of them. I'm like, wait, these are 2 separate email addresses. How is this even possible? So then I looked at it, and I don't know how many months I had been doing it, at that, what is it, like $17 a month, something like that for the family account. Yeah, I was just like, whatever.
17?
I think that's what it is for the family plan.
Man, it's just on the edge of it. Well, I'm thinking selfishly for me, I'm like, that's just on the edge of not worth it because that's like having 2 accounts. I think ours
yes, but I've got
9 or 12 or something
6.
like that.
So, because I think
totally worth it.
I don't know. I'm trying to look and it doesn't even show me. See, isn't that how it is? Wait, manage your memberships. Yeah, $17.99 for family membership. So
once you go premium, you never go back. It's like having Amazon Prime. You're like, yep, worth it.
Yeah,
worth it.
I'm paying it all the time.
I'm in.
Yeah. Hey, Rural Youth Pastor.
What's up, man?
Who is that? Who is the Rural Youth Pastor?
Are we going names on
yes,
this?
Name. Is that Dustin?
Oh, hey, I gotta take this.
Oh, you go take that.
Apparently. This is important.
You take
I'm
that.
In trouble. Oh no. Put it on mute. Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna mute Jarrod just in case. He's rolling off. We'll leave his screen up so we can have that. Rural Youth Pastor in the house saying, bros, y'all's awesome. I want to say, and I could be completely wrong, but anyhow, good to see you here. Augie sitting here as well. Augie, howdy everybody. If you're just kind of now tuning in, you'll see to my left here, Jarrod has taken off. Apparently he had a phone call that was rather important and he ran and he jetted out. I should probably make sure that at least my phone is kind of alert in case he sends me an off-screen message. So yeah, we're just kind of going in here, episode 50 of, what is this, Vlog Pastors podcast / live stream that we do over on the YouTubes all the time. And as per usual, we are just kind of talking about whatever. So if you guys are joining in the chat and you got something you want us to chat and discuss, well, by all means, feel free to hop in here. Jason Remster watching from the ball fields. You guys and Summer always at the ball fields, which I need to get a hold of you and figure out kind of what ball fields you're going to be at here soon, because I want to come check out a game or two. So make sure, send me a text. Let me know what you guys are up to and where you're at. Just got back. So if you kind of look at the setup, it's looking a little bit different. I got a couple things. You actually see the desk, and we're trying to match heights with Jarrod. I wound up getting a Mac Mini, the M1, and I think we had mentioned this in the last couple weeks that I was looking at doing that. I wanted to be able to kind of speed up this workflow and have another machine that we could possibly do some editing. So I could be doing some editing, Logan can be doing some editing, and we're not kind of interfering. And in doing that and starting to rearrange the room a little bit, it was in a little bit of shambles, especially when Logan and I took off and headed up to the Mall of America for, a day or so. And so I got back this morning and Jarrod kind of sent me a message and, hey, are we on for today? And I realized I hadn't even set up this Mac Mini fully. I had downloaded the necessary apps, but I hadn't set up all of the apps. So when it comes to me and streaming and Ecamm, it wasn't there. However, in under a half hour, I had this up and going where we can flip back and forth from me to the empty Jarrod and to both of us, and even kind of putting this up if we needed. So it was definitely a bonus to sit there and look at kind of how I'm able to set this up really quick and really easy. But that's also why if you look at like the lighting on my face, not ideal. I'm just taking light from outside. However, for those that are getting into YouTube and sitting there and thinking, well, I need all of these lights. No, actually, you can get away with just a couple windows and some natural light, because that's what this is doing. And it actually works pretty well. So I think it's definitely, it's a doable thing. All right, there's Jarrod. We get the update.
Sorry, man. I am so sorry, guys. So we are in obviously that temporary facility venue type place, and they host a bunch of meetings outside of us. Well, the last couple weeks, one of their limiting factors has been the overhead projector system type thing. If they want to do any sort of media, it's not really good. And we've heard a bunch of vendors who have used that place say, yeah, it's cool, but you need to bring in your own equipment if you're going to do anything audio visually type of deal. And so we're like, well, we can help. We talked to the guy. We can help in that area. We have some skills, we can do that. And so we set up a giant, screen for them. We've got our projector, which can really push out the lumens and highlight or well lit environments, which this place is. And so we're going to be able to help them out. We're thrilled about it. We forgot after service on Sunday and put the remote control back up. And of course, this thing is mounted 20 feet in the air type of deal. And so it's like, so the lady, that was her calling to say, where's the remote? How do I turn this thing on? There's a group meeting here in a couple minutes. And for you guys, this is 35 minutes away from me, and it's like, so I had to hop off, call Jason real quick. Jason's got it taken care of. Not going to happen again. Have to tell the lady, I'm so sorry.
Right.
We're trying to keep a good relationship going because this is a sweet blessing for us.
Yeah. But things happen.
Yeah, things happen. I'm sure they're cool with it, but it's, just the whole tension of like,
right.
I'm sorry, new friend. We are usually on the ball.
Genevieve squeezing in.
Genevieve, what do you have here? What's going on? I see a hand. Just a hand. Oh! There's nothing in it.
Well, not anymore.
There's nothing in it.
There's nothing more in it.
What a tease. There's no coffee in there.
It poured really fast. Yeah, it went in here.
I missed it.
I was just giving everybody an update while you were off answering that phone call. That
I want to hear it.
Well, it was basically just that if the lighting and the studio's looking a little bit different right here, it's because I started tearing everything apart and setting up with kind of this new setup, and I forgot to plug in the lights. That's essentially what this is, because I was sitting here and I've got my remote and I'm like,
nothing's happening.
Why aren't you turning on? And it wasn't doing anything.
Question for you. Are you going to do a vlog, or are we going to have a walkthrough, or do we just need to ask you for like a turnaround of the camera?
Yeah.
Do you have your third party camera, your webcam up?
No, because I ran into another issue. And that was, here's the downfall of these Mac Minis. Here's the downfall of Mac, period. Okay. They don't have enough ports. And I went to the Best Buy, and while I was there, I found this, like, let's see if it's going to, a slim profile 7-port USB-C hub. And all I was looking for was something that went from USB-C to HDMI, because I like rocking a dual monitor setup.
Yeah.
And on the Mac Mini, it has 2 USBs, 1 HDMI, a USB-C, and an Ethernet port. And I'm like, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's all its outputs. Oh, and then like a speaker or a headphone jack type deal. So I'm like, Ethernet, it's got that covered, no problem. HDMI, but only one of them.
One.
USB, I'm like, okay, well, there's my cam link, and then another USB, and there's my Rodecaster. But I only have one cam link. I can't bring in my other, and then I only have one monitor. So I found that USB-C hub. But it only has, granted, another monitor, so I've got another HDMI, so it works for that. However, when I got back home, I then was looking for an extra HDMI cable, and I found that I already had a USB-C to HDMI, so I could have just used this and saved myself like $70. Do
you think you'll have need for that Big Daddy, the big gray one that's got the multiple HDMI ports, the Ethernet? Will you end up getting that, or?
No, actually what I was going to do, because one of the things that, from what I'm reading and all the research that Apple has in these, but they're not promoting, is that this USB-C is Thunderbolt 4. Mm-hmm. But they're not saying it's Thunderbolt 4. So some places you're looking at it and it says it's Thunderbolt 4, but other places it only says it's a Thunderbolt. And they're saying Thunderbolt 3.
I think it says it on their website that it's Thunderbolt 4.
So I had checked on one of the websites, and I don't remember if it was on Apple or if it was on Amazon or if it was on Best Buy, because I checked all of them, or it could have been a Costco too. And it just said Thunderbolt, and it couldn't, really do it. And actually, here's what Augie's saying. He's saying it's because it's not enabled as a Thunderbolt 4 completely yet.
Okay.
So they're not saying it, but I did find that, I think it's CalDigit, the one that you're talking about. It's a Thunderbolt 3, like huge. I think it's like the TS3 Plus or something that everybody's got. And it's great. However, the process with that thing, or the problem with that thing, is it's just got extra ports that I don't really need. Like, I don't need really another Ethernet port. That's just wasted space.
Yeah.
But CalDigit does have which I should probably try to buy that right now.
It's got card readers, those types of things, and to have them on, if it's ever fully integrated, to have a Thunderbolt 4 on there, then your card readers should be like sucking them down.
Yeah.
I can't remember what's the transfer rate on those things. Do you remember?
On the the Thunderbolt 4?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, is it like 60?
Transfer speed is, drum roll, 32 gigs?
40 gig speeds is what I'm showing here on Element's website. And it will do a dual 4K display. Yeah, 40. But when I'm looking at this, they've got this a Thunderbolt 4 hub, and it has 4 USB Type A connectors, but I think they're all the like 3.2 version, so they're doing over 10 gig per second, like transfer rates on those. And then it has 3 USB-Cs as well. So I was looking at that, and I'm like, well, actually, that would give me 7 ports, because then I could use this. And then the 2 that are on there, I'm using the USB-C out to that thing. And then this will go for one of my monitors. But then that still leaves me 2 more USB-C plus 4 USBs. I'm like, I could run all of my cameras just off of that and then some. So that's kind of where I'm looking
Gotcha.
at. But that's if they were still in stock. They were in stock yesterday. I was just talking to Genevieve about it this morning, and I was like, I need to buy one of those. But I don't
So
know
that's
if they're
why
even...
that's why you can't have multiple cameras set up and around. But will you do a vlog, or I mean, I assume you have one in mind or planned, but when do we get to see this setup? When do we get to seize it?
Oh, hold on. Add to cart. Hold on. Thank
Genevieve,
you.
he's spending money.
You
Genevieve,
have added this. It's a limited quantity. Check out
Genevieve,
right now.
money is being spent.
It only ships to North Central and South America. Yes, that's
Book it.
I'm in North Central.
It's probably free shipping.
Check
Genevieve.
out with PayPal. That works for me. Have you got me in? Sure, go ahead and send me a text message to confirm that I'm the... Don't you love all of this stuff? There it was.
Oh no.
What did you do?
Well, I was hopping on the stream so I could read comments, because sometimes my interwebs isn't very good. So I was gonna see if it would support it. Well, I opened it up and the lady said, "Don't worry, I took a broomstick and smacked the projector on." And I'm thinking,
that's awesome.
okay.
That's awesome. Hey, it works. Okay. Hi, Joshua. Yes, you want to ship it to here. This. No, don't use your PayPal balance. Don't use my PayPal balance. Just go straight here. Run it off of that. That's what I want.
I can tease him on this end while
continue.
He's buying all of these things, but I can't tease him later on because I usually go buy all the things that he's buying right now. So right now I need to really maximize my time and say, Joshua, what are you doing? What are you buying, man?
Free shipping. How long does shipping take?
Do you really need it?
Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to need it in the next 2 days. Oh, and it's FedEx? No, I'll pass. Confirm. I don't know. I'm just pressing buttons at this point. Who knows if I'm actually buying what I'm supposed to be buying? Your order has been successfully placed.
Don't listen.
Yes. Okay. So it was the TS3 Plus is what everybody was looking at. And to me, that's just, it's more than I need or I want. Now, if I had like a MacBook Pro that doesn't have Ethernet port, then yes, that's probably the one I would go with, which is a Thunderbolt 3 station. But I've already got the Ethernet port, so I don't need that. I mean, that makes sense, right? I'm thinking out loud while we're streaming, and I'm just buying stuff without fully thinking it through. But then
we've accomplished our mission. Get Josh to spend all of his money on camera.
But I've already got like this, so this will already do my HDMI. And actually, one these things, it's just USB-C to HDMI. This is what I used to do, like all of the marriage ministry seminars with. So I just had all of my slides on my phone, and because I have the Note 9 and it's got that little pointer and it's a clicker, that used as my PowerPoint slide, and I would just plug this in and then the HDMI to the TV from there. And it was like just running seminars with my little pointer. It worked well.
Cool.
Anywho, okay, let's get to some of these. I know Augie's here, and Augie's given lots of advice. He says, I always get the calls when I'm an hour away. Yes.
Man,
yeah, the calls about, the church and stuff.
Don't worry, it was solved with a broomstick.
It works.
Everything's fine. I'm sure it's not. That thing is super. You guys know when you have your projector just so, and it fits perfectly in the margins, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's not off at all. Oh.
Hey, whatever gets the job done. Augie says, didn't we see some of it on Instagram, the remodel? Yes, I think there was a little bit on Instagram that I was doing.
Stories?
Yeah, now it's been a couple days ago, so you're probably not going to see it because those only last for 24 hours. But yeah, there was some of it, and I did record a lot of it with with both the A6600 and the ZV-1. So I did quite a bit of recording on it. I've got all that footage. It was on the computer. I was starting to edit for a vlog for it. And it was Sunday evening, kind of getting late. I didn't feel like doing anymore. And Logan and I were getting ready to take off.
Getting low, big guy.
And I was just like, meh, I don't want to. So I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And then I didn't. But it's there. So I do plan on having a vlog out on that, and then a vlog about Logan and my trip.
Cool. Did y'all go? Never mind. I already know the answer to that, so I'm not going to say that.
What do you mean you already know the answer to that?
I was going to ask you if you took your ZV-1 or if you took your A6600, but I'm willing to bet I know the answer to that, and you're going to want us to guess which is which in the vlog. So there we go. I don't want to give anything away. Really?
That is
what?
Well, I took them both, but that's not what the vlog is going to do. So
okay.
There's going to be footage mixed in because we went up Monday and came back yesterday. So like we left Monday at noon. It's a 4-hour trip from me. Got up, hung out at the mall, went to bed, woke up the next morning, went back to the mall for a little while, and then took off and came home. I mean, because really, are you going to spend like 3 days in a mall?
I don't know. That
mall's big enough.
Mall.
You probably could, especially if you wanted to do some of the rides, but not all of the rides were up and going. And they do have an aquarium down on the lower level too. So there's lots of stuff you could do. You could probably spend 3 days in there. I mean, there's an IKEA next door, so you could probably spend a whole day just in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't even go to the IKEA, but Logan used the ZV-1 for all of his vlogging. And I just, hey, take this and run it. So he's got a vlog that he's going to start working on.
That was it. Go ahead.
Yep.
That was my question.
He's going to be doing a vlog over on his channel. And so he's putting that.
WrestleFam?
No, Logan RTG.
Okay.
I think is what it is. And so he's going to be doing a vlog over there. I've got 2 to edit. He's got 1 to edit. His edit will probably take 3 times as long as mine, just because of, I'm used to doing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Logan says, I'm just waiting until you finish yours. So the thing is, I do have 2 computers, and I can run the Mac while I'm running the PC. So I could let him edit off the Mac and test that out. I could be editing off the PC.
Could. You could even film it and get some speeds off of it.
We could. Yeah. So there will be a video coming up in the next probably couple weeks where I'm going to vlog back and forth between the A6600 and the ZV-1 to give some comparisons. And it's not really even like, my plan is not to do a compare and contrast and which one do you like better. It's more going to be, I'm going to use it interchangeably just to prove you can get away with doing both. And even like down at the church, I'm actually going to use like side by side, and I'm going to dial them in to about the exact same. So it'll just be a slight position off, because I've got my Sony 50mm f1.8, and this ZV-1 will do 24-70 at f1.8.
Oh, well, there you go.
So the only difference is going to be a bigger image, bigger sensor on the A6600, and Sony lens versus a Zeiss lens, but not that big of a deal.
I don't know if you saw Peter Lindgren, but
oh man, his ZV-1. Did you watch the vlog?
I didn't watch the vlog. I watched the snippets of him doing the water fight. The water fight was worth it.
Well, I guess I didn't watch his vlog because he does have a vlog channel now, doesn't he?
Yes.
So I didn't watch that, but on his main channel,
yeah,
where he was talking about how that's going to be his main vlogging camera.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
the one I saw.
This is Peter Lindgren. I mean, he's got what, 200K subscribers, something like that.
Easy. I think he's at 400 and something, 489.
Okay, it's been a minute since I've checked. But
I
mean,
look just because of this very fact right here.
Yeah.
Somebody with 489,000 subscribers is going to is going to downgrade from an A7S III. Well, is going to move. And you know what? I think we're all going there because it's like it's too big, it's too much, and you can get nearly the
Yes.
same thing in like boop.
his video where he covers why he's doing it, and he says it's not that it's going to be my primary camera, it's going to be my primary vlog camera. And so he's making a clear distinction. He's like, vlogging for him is like vlogging for us, where we're kind of on the run. We're just going, and it's like we want to grab it so real quick and we want to go. And it goes back to the Casey Neistat thing where people would ask him, what's the best camera to use? And he said, the one that you have with you.
Mm-hmm.
So if all you have is your cell phone with you, that's the best camera to use. The ZV-1, if that's the only camera you have, it's the best one to use. My A66, if it's the one I've got, then it's the best to use. And so he was basically saying it's not that the ZV-1 is better than the A7S III, because nobody in their right mind would say that. However, if you need a small footprint, a small profile, and something you can just slide into your pocket and then go, the ZV-1 is the best camera. And
Here's my thing. If they're sitting side by side on a shelf and I'm getting ready to leave for the day, I want the one with the smallest footprint every time. If I'm going to go, do a client thing, of course I want to get as much quality as possible put into it. And it needs to look a certain way. If we're going to be honest, I can't show up with a ZV-1 to get the same product.
I would love to see you try it though.
That may be a future vlog.
Yeah.
All right, and we're ready here. Let's go.
That's like I don't want to do any client work, but I have thought it would be fun to go to like one of the local coffee shops or something that, have them pay me for just a little, Instagram ad or something like that. Mm-hmm. Record the whole thing off the ZV-1 and then charge them a couple $100 and then say, so I made more off these ad spots than the camera itself cost. It's just like, and I think you could get away with it with that camera. Now, keep in mind, the camera is only as good as the hands that it's in.
Mm-hmm. Case in point is Peter Lindgren with the water fight.
Right.
You saw different perspectives. He tells a story with his kid's water fight. You're like, oh, this is brilliant. It's almost like Van Neistat we were talking about last week.
Yes.
How did we not think about this? It's so simple. He's just telling the story of his kid's playtime, but he does it so well.
Yeah, it's crazy how well this stuff can do. Although I'm gonna have in the vlog, I'm gonna have A6600 footage, ZV-1 footage, Samsung Note 9 footage, and DJI Mini 2 footage. So I did take the drone with me.
There you go.
I promise I did. Now the hotel we were staying in is too close to the airport, so I couldn't get any drone footage while we were there. And the mall is like right underneath the airport, so I was like, all right, that's not gonna work. But I did get some footage. So it'll be good. But yeah, that's like going up and doing that. I had this vlog now with the ZV-1. Logan, he recorded on Friday or Monday. I only recorded on Tuesday, so I didn't get anything on Monday at all because I didn't feel like it. It was just one of those days. It's like, yes, we're here. I don't feel like recording. So
one day I will lay my vlog channel to rest, or my channel to rest, and that will probably be the epitaph over it. I didn't feel like it.
I didn't feel like it.
And today I didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
There's so many missed shots, aren't there?
Right.
Like, just looking back in life of like the video that you could have made, you're like, oh, nah.
Well, and
it's fine.
And part of
I didn't
that,
feel like it.
If I had a ZV-1, Logan had, my ZV-1. If I had a second ZV-1, I probably would have done some vlogging.
Genevieve, he's getting ready to spend some money. You're going to need to get in here.
I'm not going to buy a second one yet.
Yes.
But I'll get a second something. It'll either be a second A6600 or a second ZV1, probably a second ZV1, just because of how well they work. The one thing I will say that I didn't like, that battery life is atrocious.
Dude, word on the street is 4K 20 minutes. Is that true? If so, no.
Per battery, probably about there. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. And it's just because of the battery life's there. But you can grab Funko's fell. A dummy battery. You know, and you can get these little dummy batteries that just plug in. So this is what I'll be using when I use it to record the church sermon. The other thing that was kind of odd is it recorded 5-minute clips. So, like, because I don't remember which, I don't know, this camera, that camera, files here, files there, throw it all into one folder, and I'll just figure out what's what. So, like, me putting together a video, I don't even know how I could do a comparison, because I'm not going to pay attention to what's what. I mean, that means I would actually have to, like, label a folder and then kind of pay attention to this is that. And no, I just want to throw it all in the project bin and then just grab what I want to use.
So you're saying it's like, I think it was, I shot a Panasonic one time, and it took the files and forced it to divvy up. I think it had proxy files as well. So you had like 10-minute clips and proxy files. That's a deluge of files that I don't want to manage.
Yeah, so I did notice it did that. I've heard there's a little workaround, but I haven't dove in too much on it. And it could just be a 4K versus a 1080p thing. I imagine because it's so small, because it has such a small battery and a form factor, it's also got to worry about the overheating issue a little bit more.
Sure.
So I'm sure that's a lot of what it is. Because, I mean, as we know with Sony's at the point now with their new cameras, they're not just throwing in arbitrary limits. If they're putting in a limit on it, then
it's because it
something.
can't.
Yeah. And I did notice that when Logan was recording, at one point it did give an overheating warning. So then I just bumped up the heat warning, and I was like, we'll just bump this up.
We'll see where she melts.
Don't shut it off unless you absolutely have to. And then we never saw it again. But it was warm out, and of course we're out and we're going about and we're vlogging, and Genevieve says, no, I cannot buy another one. Yet. So, but yes, I do have that. I have 2 vlogs hopefully coming out this week. Because
cool, man.
If I don't get them edited and out this week, then they'll probably reside on the island of lost toys. Is that what it's called? You know, where they just go away to die. And I've got like 50 other vlogs that are setting there. I just discovered some footage the other day, and it was something in here. Like, I was recording something in here, and I was like, oh, this would have been a great vlog to do. Why didn't I do that? And then I started watching. I was like, wow, that's a lot of footage.
Yep.
Why did I record so much? No wonder I didn't want to edit it.
Didn't feel like it today.
Yep, didn't feel like it. So it's sitting there, which then gets into like that conversation we've been having about storage, like with video files, and, you know, talking to Diana, you know, where she's like, why are you keeping all this stuff? What are you actually going to keep? And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to keep. So I'm going to keep everything because I don't know what I want to keep. Maybe, you know, 2 years from now, I want to talk about the island of misfit toys or the island of unedited vlogs.
You had a very good point. And I mean, there's probably some good common ground to be had in amongst like getting rid of everything that's not the final product and keeping everything. But you had a good point. Like, I don't know what I want to keep. Yeah. And I can't tell you how many times I've thought, where is that clip? Because the final has, of all mine you've seen, either has jacked up audio or, like, you know, has music playing over top of it that won't go, it's not going to fit in with what I've got going on in the next project. So rather than trying to edit all of that and tweak all of the, you know, the audio, basically it's the audio portion of those finalized videos, I just want to find that one clip in the folder. And I've done that enough to where I keep a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't have the discipline to go into every folder and get rid of the stuff that I know I'm not going to keep. It's much easier for me to go, there's a clip in there that I might use in the future.
Right.
Saving 60 gigabytes.
Yeah. Well, and for those of you watching, the reason that this conversation's come up is not this last Christmas, the one prior. So that would have been a year and a half ago. I bought an 8 terabyte external from Best Buy, and it's full. So I have 8 terabytes of footage that is just sitting there, and I've got two 2 terabyte little like passports, and they're both full. So I've got a third one that I think is empty, but then I also have a 2 terabyte SSD on my PC. So, and I think it still has like 500 or 600 gigs of space that I've transferred over. So I've got a little bit of breathing room, but not much breathing room. And I've got to find another solution.
It sneaks up on you, man. That is, thus we were talking about the G-Raid the other day.
Mm-hmm.
That was an impulse buy from having my back up against the wall going, I've got a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah.
And, I've probably got a couple months and then a couple months go by and you're there and you need something and you got to purchase it and you don't want to ever run out again.
Yep.
And you want that ever to happen to you again. So we didn't get a chance to talk, and I don't know if you want to talk about it on the stream. We can talk about it later. But
care.
what's your flow? Like, what's your editing flow? How do you manage your storage? I gave you mine on Instagram. So what's yours?
So typically record it to the whatever camera I've got, drop it into my local SSD, and that's where all of my current projects and the past few are setting. Okay. So I'll leave them once they've been edited, because I may want to go back to recent ones for, I had this text or this graphic or there was this thing, whatever, and I just want to cut and copy. So I'll leave some of those on there. And while they stay there, then everything gets transferred over to the external hard drive. And that's been it. So I have other than just recently, because I signed up for Backblaze, I've got no backups. Like, if that external hard drive went down, well, all is lost. Now, if it goes down, I've at least got that backup. But I don't know. I'm kind of leaning, like, I would.
You ever had one go down?
The what?
Have you ever had one go down?
Yeah. And yeah. I had one of the small passports go down, and it was, fortunately with that one, I had backed it up. So the flow used to be, when I was editing off of my Alienware laptop, everything went onto my passport, 2 terabyte, and then I would back it up to another 2 terabyte that I had. And one of those did, because it was setting on a counter, and it got bumped off and it fell, and then it was toast. So that's where and this 8 terabyte has fallen off of my tower a couple times, and it's like,
no,
everything puckers up, and I'm like, plug it in, please, please, please. And it's there, and it's like, I need
that's
to
that
back
whole,
up quick.
Your cell phone takes a fall and you turn it over to see the crack. You're like,
Well, yeah. Although I've gotten to the point where my cell phone, I drop it and I don't even care anymore. It's just like, whatever, it's fine. But I'm almost kind of leaning towards going more old Casey Neistat. I don't know, maybe it's still how Casey does it, where he just have a bunch of these hard disk drives.
Like the rugged drives, just a stack of them.
And just a stack. And so it's like, when I don't need them, and I don't even know if I would use the rugged, although I did see the Lacy rugged not that long ago, and it was I want to say it was like a 5 terabyte for just a couple hundred.
Yeah, I just picked one up. It was discounted pretty good.
Yeah, and I was like, man, that's a decent price. I could, get a couple of them. The problem is I'm trying to think through this workflow, and it's like, how much do I want to spend every year on storage? And that's where I'm thinking maybe I don't even care about having, an SSD, and I can just go with, a hard disk. Yes, it's slower in the speed, and yes, they're less stable, but
it's cheap.
It's cheap, and I could do, a couple of those every year. So I've got one that has all the files, and then one that's a direct duplicate of it, and then, hey, this is 2021, and then just set them on a shelf, and then, oh, where was that one video? Go back to YouTube, check all of my videos from 2021, and oh, it was in there. So grab that out and pull one, and I think that could work. Like, the problem, I would love to have just everything stored on the cloud as well, but like the cheapest solution I think I've found is like a G Suite thing of $50 a month. And it's like, do I really want to spend $600 a year on just storage? I don't know.
Well, in theory, you're probably going to be spending a third of that if you went your other route, though. If you do not the solid state, but just the regular external, probably going to be spending a couple $100 to keep up with.
Yeah, and a couple $100 a year. I mean, right now, a couple $100 a year, I'm fine with. Getting to much more than that, man, I don't know.
I feel you, dude. I feel you. And that storage thing, it's like it's the unsexy part of what we do. It's like, man, storage again.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about cameras.
The funny thing, part of me wants to sit there and say, what if, like, there was a vlog pastor's company, and then it had one of those G Suites of unlimited storage, and there were 5 employees, and then it only cost $10 a month for each one of us. And then at that, it's like, now this might be doable. But yeah, it's just at the route that it is now, like, now Backblaze, $6 a month. But the problem with Backblaze is you've got to plug in those hard drives every month. And do I want to do that? I mean, I could, but I'm thinking, a couple years down the road where I got to plug this one in and let it take its time to make sure everything's still there, and then plug in the next one, and then plug in the next one. Although I guess if I do have, like, one of those USB hubs that has like 8 different USBs, then just plug in all the drives at once and just check. It's fine. It's there. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. Like that, and that's the hard part. And I want simple. I don't want to have to do complicated, but I also don't want to pay for simple, which is the problem.
I'm with you, man. I don't know why. I don't enjoy the cloud storage. I have limited amount, and that's just for finals and just for client stuff. I don't enjoy it. It doesn't feel secure to me. It's like, well, where did it go again? Oh, wait, I put it in the wrong file and it disappeared on all the old interwebs. It's like, oh no. But for some reason, there's nothing different. This is just my mind. There's nothing different. No. But on a tangible one, I know where it is. I've transferred it around. Yep. I don't know. My mind just grabs it. Yeah. It knows that it's there. I can find it.
Well, and I think the thing with, like, especially with you with this, is you're also dealing with limited internet speeds.
Yep.
Like,
oh yeah, that's not a prayer.
I mean, I don't care. Like, upload, download, no big deal. I do think for people that are doing client work and stuff, that cloud storage is a necessity.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got to be able to share that stuff anyways.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
And that's honestly where I think that Google is the best option for any type of cloud storage, especially if you're doing client work, because you share it through a Google Drive link, and now it pops up and they can preview it with a YouTube player. It looks just like they're already used to looking at it. Now, download and then find that download, it's a little bit of a pain with that, but you get your pros and cons with everything.
Doesn't OneDrive, I think the reason I do most of my stuff through Dropbox, because at the time when I was researching it, this has been a couple of years, OneDrive was compressing videos to a place where it was like, I don't want my client, not that they're going to notice, but I don't want them to have a lesser product when I could just use Dropbox for an equal amount, and they can download it at full quality. Is OneDrive still like that? Do they still compress their
OneDrive or Google Drive?
Sorry, Google Drive.
Google Drive does not compress.
Okay.
Yeah, it does not compress, because I did that we used Google Drive. I've used Google Drive for a lot of things, and it doesn't compress at all. And I've used Dropbox. They're the same way. There are some of the others that have done it, but anymore, I think it's just hit and miss, and it's really a preference too. But like I have no issues with Google Drive. I think the thing that I like about the Google Drive is that everything is, especially when you're using like the G Suite, it's just all right there in one location.
Yeah.
And it's an easy workflow, and I don't have to worry about moving to something else, especially when I can just hop into Gmail and add a Google Drive link so easy.
That was the nice thing about last night on the stream. Jessie had some pictures that she wanted to, send or bring in or whatever, and that was seamless.
Yeah, the shared
You could
photos.
shared photos. Just boom, 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 boom. They were already there.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is for storage. I have no idea. I don't know what solution is for anything. I just throw stuff against the wall and figure out what sticks. And
yeah,
I even look at this wall and I'm like, I took down my blankets.
Yes.
And now it has a horrible echo in here. I didn't realize how much of an echo was in here until I grabbed like the ZV-1 and started recording some footage in here. I also use this too in here, the Rode Video Micro.
Mm-hmm.
And with those off, wow. Like I didn't think it was that bad. And all I did was just this one little corner. But so now I've got to figure out how to get those back up there after I already took them off. I don't want to. But I got to figure something out. You know what I mean?
These little sound blankets here on the doors. I don't know, nobody can see because I'm in a tight shot, but I've got sound blankets on the door. They're worth their weight in gold. Here, which one are we? This one?
Yep.
Yeah. Worth their weight in gold, man. They kill so much sound in this room. And you know what? Now that I'm over here sitting in the front of the closet, I think I may stay. I'm going to sit right here. I really like this setup. I don't know
works.
why.
Like, it really does work. It's just...
I don't know if Jesse's going to let me because I'm taking up all the real estate in the center part of the room, but I love it.
Well, all you...
I feel like I can use my office again.
Yeah, all you really need to do is just... I don't know how your camera is mounted, but, get your camera on something that'll kind of swing and pivot and move around. And I mean, even just a tripod, if you could set it there somewhere in the center and it'll spin around, you could use both. Like I've got this rig, like I don't even, how am I going to, here, I know what I can do. Talking about Google Photos. Let's do this.
Okay. Oh, we're going to go. Here we go. Bring it up.
Well, let's see if I can even figure this out.
You got this. You got this. I have faith in you.
Photos. All right. I just took a picture. It should be uploading now. Maybe not. Oh, there's a picture of your present that's going to be on your way.
Yes. Yes. Is it really a present, though? Can we call it that? Let's call it what it is. My payback is in the mail.
Well, I mean, somebody asked if I really hated this person. And I was like, I mean, no.
You love me enough that I'm going to invite some of my friends over because they're just stupid. I mean, they're just crazy enough to try and eat some of this with me.
It was, I know, I was in the wrong app. That's what
this is going to be a family affair. I'll make sure and record it for you.
You should. You definitely should. That's got to get out in the mail today. This is, like, I was talking to somebody, I think it might have been Dustin Perkins, and I think that's the right name. We were talking, is that right? Why is it that you like, I think I talked to somebody, and then all of a sudden I'm like, maybe that's not who it was. Pickens, that's what it is. Dustin Pickens.
You're merging two names.
Yeah, merging Dustin and Luke. So Dustin, he wound up, sending me a message, and he's like, is that this thing? And I was like, I don't know. The guy just said that this is what it is, and it's like the hottest thing that you can possibly
Did you walk in there and you're like, I want to melt this guy's face off?
Actually, I didn't even get in the store. We're starting to go in, and these two teenage girls are like, oh, do you guys like hot sauce? And I was like, well, yes, but not really, really hot sauce. But we're not here for me. We're here to get revenge on one of my friends. And she's like, oh, come follow me. And then leads me around.
Walk this way.
And so the one that I was initially going to get, Dustin says he tried it and it is death, and he's still suffering from PTSD from it.
Oh.
This one, according to the salesman, is actually a worse version of that one. I'm like, well, at least Jessica told me to go ahead and send it to you. So,
oh, she did.
Yeah, she said yes. I've got the Instagram proof, and just in case she would ever to try to delete that message, I screenshotted it as well. I will not be held responsible. Okay, I'll share some of the blame.
Dude, I can't wait now.
It was good.
Which
Which Genevieve is saying, just a dab, not the whole bottle.
Okay, just a dab.
Yeah, just a dab, not the whole bottle. All right, let me see if I can figure out.
Little dabble doer.
Oh wait, I know what I can do. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna try this thing real quick. How do I do? Yes, this is what I want to do.
Yes.
It's one of those that I'm trying a brand new source.
On Ecamm. Yes.
Yeah, on Ecamm. But right now, you guys are still seeing what. Well, you're seeing Jarrod and I. However, I'm playing around with something, and you guys don't even see what I'm playing around with. How cool is that?
That's pretty neat.
I just don't know how to do.
There's nothing like Ecamm.
No.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with vMix on the back end. It looked like a rocket ship, but this seems extremely user friendly.
Yeah. It definitely is.
They need to get you a link. What's it called? An affiliate link.
I've actually got one.
Oh.
So, yes.
Well, if you're looking for some, user friendly live streaming interfaces, maybe we could introduce you to Ecamm.
Yes, for sure. Primary display.
I love
is
it.
Secondary display. What am
I
I
haven't
trying
even
to
used
do
it. I've been guest on a couple folks who have used Ecamm, and it seems amazing. I really want it. I'm jealous. I'm stuck in OBS world.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
So
playing
I was
Oregon Trail while everybody else is in Sega Genesis. Sorry,
trying
flashback.
to.
That's personal stuff.
Why is that not? I don't know what this is doing. Like, I'm trying to get it to do something, but it doesn't. It's not showing me anything.
I'll check and see.
This is crazy. Primary display, secondary display, current application, Ecamm live current. That is bananas. Why doesn't it want to? Huh. Interesting. No, I can't see anything. I've got the camera right in the way. Don't you love when that happens?
Let's do it. You can do this. We have faith in you.
Like, for some reason, it just doesn't want to show me what... Because I'm trying to do the screen, but... which means I probably didn't install everything I was supposed to install. Great.
Great.
Here, I have... There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? Is that the saying? So all I have to do is find my photos. And that's not the right photo. I thought I downloaded this already. Maybe this one? There it is. All right. I think we can make this happen at least if I can only figure out one more thing. Let's see. Overlays. No. Camera. Oh, no, I don't want that. I wanted, and now something went muted. That was Jarrod. He muted himself.
I was talking to Jesse.
Okay.
I can tell
I'll
she's
allow
going
it.
to make lunch, and when she makes lunch in the background of our live streams, I don't know if you can hear it, but one of those people, like, whenever they're walking upstairs, they hit all of the stairs really hard, or whenever they shut a door, they slam a door.
What?
What? I love you.
Did I do good?
You are amazing.
Thanks.
Do your thing.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Just laughing in the background. I don't know if you can hear any of that. Wait.
I'm
Thank you.
doing all sorts of crazy things. I'm trying to make this work and look some kind of something. But
Some kind of wonderful.
like, and you guys, you're not even seeing what I'm doing here in the background, but how about now?
There we go. Look at that. Wowzer. Yes.
Okay.
What am I looking at?
So this, I don't know. I don't even know what you guys are seeing.
We're seeing a wall-mounted light.
Wait,
It's
what
got
the
a hinge.
unpublished
It's got a
changes?
pole.
Are we still
You
there?
also have, I don't know what that is. What's attached to the light? So you have
Okay,
the pole.
so I've got that pole, that swivel. It's a wall mount extension pole, and then off of there, I have a super clamp that is attached to this like 3-section like swivel extension rod. And then on top of that, so you see where it kind of comes down, it's making like a weird crooked L.
Yes.
See it come down. And then at the very end, it goes straight up. That is going to have a quick release plate attached to it, so the camera will mount there. So then I have a camera attached to the same pole that the light is on, and it just happens to be at about a 45-degree angle away from where the light would be to give me some optimal lighting. So ideally, I have a camera and a light that is able to swivel around on that thing.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So, but unfortunately, as you see up above that, I've got those wall hooks where my sound blankets, my moving blankets, let's call it what it is.
Harbor Freight $4 specials?
Harbor Freight $4 specials.
Come on, man.
And
that's what
oh
these
man,
are.
buy a stack of those things
Yep.
and they work amazing.
Yep.
So yeah, that's
Do you have
kind of what I
grommets?
got.
Do you have grommets in those things, or do you just hang them over those hooks?
Yeah, grommets.
Mm.
Yep. While
Yours
I
are
was at
better.
Harbor Freight, I picked up a grommet kit. So, and then just yes, Harbor Freight has those as well. And then I was just like, man, I'm just gonna snap these in, and we're good to go.
I love that place. That's my new favorite store. Just drop me off at Harbor
It's so
Freight.
nice. Yeah.
Give me $15 and I'll come back with a trailer load of stuff.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, it was good. All right, let's see. I want to get to some of these comments that we also had in here. Genevieve was saying, unless it's a family vlog life, it's not happening. I think that's
for the
another
ZV1.
ZV1. Yeah, so we
Yes.
can.
Hey,
Yeah, we'll
done.
get another one. That's easy.
Hey, I say if there's two of you in the family with maybe an opportunity for a third, that's family vlogging right there.
Hi, Genevieve.
Because you're going to be in it.
We're
Hello,
talking about
Genevieve.
you. So you're talking about ZV1 with that, right?
Yeah, you're not buying another one unless we're all vlogging in this family.
Oh yeah. We can do that.
Done.
Yeah.
Not all about you.
No, we'll get we'll get another one. I mean, I keep one in my pocket. You guys get to share one.
I was just joking. That's why there's laughing.
She thinks that that's just laughing. I took it serious.
I think you should take her up on that.
Yep. So
That sounds like a easy cheesy yes.
yeah. Jason Remster saying thanks for the tip on dropping to 720p for Facebook. Saves another data.
Was he
now
still
to
doing?
figure out Wi-Fi for dead spaces. Oh yeah.
He was doing the GoPro live stream.
Yep.
Okay, was he doing single camera GoPro live stream, or is there a way to do multiples? What was he doing?
He was doing single. Yeah.
Single,
Yep.
and then he's just out in a field.
Yep.
Wowzer. Okay,
Just using cell phone data. Cell phone Wi-Fi.
dropped it down. I really want to pull that up.
Yeah.
Jason,
Yeah.
I think we're friends on Facebook, aren't we?
Yeah, and when you drop it down to 720p, it's going to, because that's the one thing that I think a lot of people don't even realize. And like I've started to do here, which helps my camera. I've got the Camlink 4K, but I'm turning my camera onto 1080p. And the reason I put the camera on 1080p is that way it's only sending out that 1080 signal to the Camlink, So it's only receiving that to try to push it through. I don't want it to work any harder than it has to. And even like with a camera, when you're trying to stream in 4K and you're sending a 4K footage to Facebook, Facebook's like, no, we will take 720p. Occasionally we'll do 1080, but no, not 4K. So then they're trying to basically filter that through. So yeah, just do in camera what you plan on putting out there, and should be good to go from there.
Hey, Jason, where do you post your videos for that?
I believe he's posting them on...
They're there. There's some right here. There's one.
So he should be posting them right there on the profile. Genevieve, yeah, just a dab, not the whole bottle. Don't be a me. Yeah, so when you get this hot sauce, just a dab. Just an itty bitty bit. I was watching Dude Perfect last night. Their new one. So they did another overtime, and they had like the world's hottest hot sauce, and they took a toothpick and just like dabbed it in, and that was enough. And everybody got up and walked away. It was like Tyler's the only one hanging out to do it. And the rest of them, I'm like, yeah, those guys are smart. Don't do that. Just run.
So you're saying I have permission to just go with a dab. Here's the problem. My community of friends will not allow that to stand, and I think you're banking on that. When I get Shane and Casey involved in this, Jason's out. He won't play. Yeah. But these guys who are big into hot sauces,
I am banking on that.
It's going to be a prove your manhood type of time.
Yep. I fully expect that to be the case.
Oh, man, we're going to hurt ourselves, like stomach ulcers and stuff after this.
It's not going to be me, so I don't mind.
Just document it. That's all you care.
You just document. I just want to see. And as much laughter as I have watching that, I will try to think about when I did it and how other people were laughing.
Listen, now hear me out. I did not mean for that to be a bad thing. That was supposed to be a good experience. Hoping that I'd seen some hot sauce stuff. You know, maybe if you overdid it, bank error in my favor, which you did, and that was awesome. But it was not meant in cruelty at all. I went for the record.
Way over. Oh, hey, there's that receipt.
Dude, you slathered that thing.
Oh, it was because I tossed them like you would normally do with hot wings. You toss it in the sauce. Yeah. And so it was completely covered, and I'm like, this is perfect. And then I go in and I sit in front of the camera, and I'm like, nobody's going to believe that I actually tossed this in the sauce. They're going to think it was a camera trick. Fine. It's fine.
You slathered it, dude. You could tell. Idea. It was caked on that thing.
No. Oh. Like PTSD from hot sauce, I understand. That's a real thing. I'm still suffering from it. It's not going to happen. Like my younger brother bought a bunch of hot sauces and he was back. And I tried just a little bit, but these were like, ghost pepper and Reaper stuff. And I'm like, a little bit here, a little bit there. Fine. Nope, not doing anything else. Like, and I've done Carolina Reaper stuff, and Da Bomb is worse than that.
Really?
It is worse. I don't know what they have done with that. I have no idea. And it's like you watch Hot Ones, and you see everybody. They get to Da Bomb, and it's like, that's where they start to melt down.
That's the one.
And something happens. And then they do the stuff that's technically hotter after that. They don't have the problem. It's like, not as big of a deal now. I mean, once you're already burning and you're on fire, what's taking it up a couple more degrees?
Don't you want to, maybe you don't, maybe because of that experience you don't, but don't you want to take like the whole gambit? Up until this point, I think the most I've tried is like 3 or 4 salsas outside of that pyramid challenge that we did one time. Just to, I think it's only been 3 or 4 salsas. I want to do the full, 7 or 9?
10 for the
is it 10?
Hot Ones?
Yeah, Hot Ones. I want to do a full 10 build and see what happens.
No, I have no desire to ever do that.
Especially since Jesse's been cooking hot wings in the air fryer, like, every other week or so. Oh, that might be a game changer. And actually do it legitimately rather than trying just the sauce on top of whatever nugget thing comes out.
You have at it. I will not be partaking. Me, I like hot. I like a kick. I like the spice. I also like to be able to sleep at night.
So are you saying that after this one, when it totally rips my face off. If I sent you an ongoing bottle or something, I don't know.
No, I wouldn't take it.
You wouldn't take it?
No, I would just turn it into a fun game of pawning it off on somebody else and documenting them. Like I won't do it.
You're done.
Yeah. Like it's not going to happen. I'll take something like we went to Wingstop not that long ago. Video. And I did some hot and it was like, yeah, I'll do hot, but I'm not going beyond that. I want enough that I can feel the spice. I want to taste, but I want to be able to taste the spice. And it's like, no. Nope, not going to happen. Ain't doing it.
Ain't happening.
Ain't doing it. Dean Lentini says, well, now I want to play Super WrestleMania on Sega Genesis.
Well played, Dean.
Super. Jason Remster, Techno Bowl football.
Oh, man. Rub it in.
That's good.
I never had it. Just stuck on the Oregon Trail. In case have fun.
Trail. Yep. Dad's sitting at the clinic listening to you guys. You could just put a T-shirt up in place of the screen.
T-shirt up in place of the screen. Put a T-shirt up in place of the screen. Let me see.
I'm trying to follow back.
What do you mean, Pop?
Yeah, I'm trying to go back on what I said about a screen. A T-shirt up in place of this.
Oh, in place of the blankets? Like hanging T-shirts on the wall in place of the blankets? Because if so, that's a great idea.
That would work too.
That would be cool.
You know, and one of the other things.
Does anybody sew in your family?
Yes. Several, but not me.
That's a negative. Okay.
No. We do. We've got some. Mom does a pretty good job of it on stuff, but.
Gotcha. I was gonna say you could mount them to your moving blankets and you'd have T-shirt covered moving blankets. Be awesome.
Well, and I've been thinking about I would like to have some type of sound absorption, but have it to where it actually. I gotta stare at this wall and just staring. And there are times like when it's just the black, of the moving blankets, or the opposite side is gray. Like if the opposite side were white, that would be fine because then it could almost act as a reflector. But I've even thought about that with this light. If I turned it around the other way and just shined it onto the light, now I've got a huge white light source.
Yep.
I'm also going to have lots of glare on these, so that's why I typically don't do that. But see, you can see that glare right there in the eyes. That's because I'm facing a window.
It is so funny. Like we know that, but ultimately it's going to come down to your own personal preference. I was watching, I think it was Van's video from yesterday or day before, whenever, his latest video, and he's talking about his overhead rig looking down and the light that he puts on it. And we know that you want diffused light, but he's like, but I like the way the harsh shadows look right now, so I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah,
this is so fascinating. Like we're all making creative decisions all the time. None of it really matters, but
the screen that I showed, which would be.
Which one? This one?
This one here. What is it? Why does this thing keep trying to... No, install that later. It's trying to get me to install stuff. Yeah. You can do T-shirts for light diffusion.
Or you could just hang your laundry on it. Huh?
Yeah, you could. Probably do that. Yeah. I
don't know, Bob.
The Roadcaster's too far over there. I can't do the bump.
I got dad jokes.
It's over there. No, actually, one of the things that I did for diffusion there for a while, and I think you guys saw it, was I just had that shower curtain. Yeah. It was just hanging here, and it worked. It worked great. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do. I do need to figure out how to get that dead spider off the wall up there I killed. That's what I should. I'm not the only one, right? That just grabs a fly swatter and smacks something and then walks away.
Sandal, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Okay, let's finish off with one more thing.
Sure.
I just feel like roasting you.
Okay.
We're
gonna go to Crocs?
Yes.
Let's do it.
How did you know I'm going to roast you and it's going to
I was trying to figure out where your mind was going, and I just said sandal, and I thought, oh, I saw a post from Clint. I would imagine.
Yeah, it was
actually. I was telling Jesse, I'm like, Clint's my friend. What's he doing sending you stuff? She shared some sort of post from his Instagram.
Yeah, this is from GQ magazine that says, "We can't believe it either. Crocs are cool now."
Yep.
And I'm like, no.
I'll wait for the rest of you.
They are not cool. They have never been cool.
This is the one trendy piece of apparel that I was like early to. I'm telling you, it's in. I don't know why it's in. Couldn't tell you why. It's in. The college, it's in. YouTubers, watch them. They're riding skateboards around with Crocs.
No. And see, this is where I just say that everybody, like in GQ, I don't know what definition of cool they mean. Like, what is the definition of cool? If the definition of cool has changed, like I come from the 80s. Cool meant fashionable. Crocs are not fashionable. Doesn't matter how many different little pins you put on them, they're still not fashionable.
They're not that way anymore, though.
Are functional, and they are highly functional. So if we have changed the definition, like we love to do in our culture, away from cool being fashionable to now cool is functional, well then, sure.
So
I guess
I have
they're
a pair
cool.
I think you're thinking of, and these are the cool ones, the ones with the holes in the top that look gosh awful. They're all rounded over. I admittedly, they're not my taste, but they're super comfortable. That's not the stereotypical Croc. I mean, it is, but they also have other styles. They have the canvas topped ones. They have the tennis shoe style one. It's just to do with the bottom, the underlying comfort. So they have a bunch of different designs.
But this one, they're talking about the ones with the holes.
The holes, yep.
And it's like, no.
All I know is this is that narrow window of time where people go, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. What are you talking about? Well, maybe there we go. Hey, this is a cool thing. That was so dumb. I can't believe we ever wore Crocs. I'm in that window. I'm living in it.
Enjoy
Welcome
your foot mullet.
You're gonna be picking up some Crocs here in a couple months. You're gonna be like, man, I got to get on this trend. Man, how do I get some? I don't even know what the terms would be. Fly Crocs.
I don't like why.
They're comfortable.
So are my sandals.
No. If you have any sort of like back pain or foot issues or things like that, like there's nothing, not even inserts, nothing like that competes with a Croc. A Croc is just giant cushion.
So it helps with back pain? Then I might actually buy a pair of Crocs. But it's not going to be because they look cool, because I'll think they look awful. I think Crocs, everybody that wears Crocs, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of wearing knee-high socks with shorts.
Uh-oh.
Or socks with sandals.
I'm wearing some right now. Hold on. I'm kidding.
Or socks with sandals. It's just like, no, that's not cool. It's functional, and it serves a function, and that makes sense. But it's not fashion. And no.
Agree to disagree. I mean, GQ tells you otherwise. What is GQ known for? What are they known for? What do they make magazines and stuff about? Trends and fashion. You are correct. Trends and fashion. And therefore, let's let them talk. Can't say they're always right. I don't agree with them on this. It's bad. But I'm in the zone, man. Let's embrace it. Crocs. They're fantastic.
No.
Fantastic. Are they wearing them with socks or without socks?
I have no idea. Like, I really don't know.
I think they're wearing them with Crocs, and if that's the case, it is purely a stylistic decision because those things are so hot. So hot.
So Crocs are hot?
They're hot.
Well, then I'm definitely not wearing them. I don't care if it alleviates back pain.
They have those holes in them, but if you're wearing them with a pair of socks on there, I mean, like your feet are going to get a little, it's normal, regular sweaty, but you don't notice them because you're usually wearing socks and a pair of tennis shoes or something.
You know what else is good for, back pain? Going barefoot. I think I'll just start doing more of that.
Are you serious? Going barefoot is good for back pain?
Yeah.
Interesting.
At least my back pain it is.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Like, if I'm going barefoot or if I'm wearing my cowboy boots, that's the least amount of back pain I have. Anything else, and it'll set in. So it's like if we're going and walking the mall, I'm wearing my boots. Everybody's like, oh, aren't you going to wear tennis shoes? No, I'm wearing my boots. I don't care if I'm putting in 10,000 steps a day. Thank you, watch, for letting me know how much I walk. No, I'm wearing boots the whole time with my knee-high socks. Fortunately, I got blue jeans over them. So, anywho. Dean Lentini.
What's
Where
Dean
was it?
say?
Dean was saying it's so weird Crocs are still around. All the cool kids wore them a decade ago in Bible college. Hey, if Bible college kids were wearing them, then it wasn't cool.
Look, this is not their first time around at being popular.
They're just not.
I am willing to bet this is not their last time around.
Well,
at
I
being
mean,
popular.
I saw people not that long ago tight rolling their jeans again. And I'm like, I used to tight roll my jeans. It wasn't cool back then. I thought it was, but it still wasn't cool. It was like, why would you do this? Because you think a spider's going to run up your pant leg or something? I mean, why? It makes no sense. You tight roll them up around your calf, and then, of course, you're walking around, and then all your calf does is flex, and it stretches out that tight roll that isn't so tight anymore.
Yep.
Genevieve says she has a picture of me in shorts and long socks. She does, and it wasn't cool, and I didn't care.
I wonder if this is what our parents felt like whenever we were, like, redoing all of the trends that were bad ideas whenever we were kids. Because that's what's going on. It's like, that was a bad idea when we wore it.
Yeah.
We looked at people and went, that's dumb.
Although everything does come back around because, like, I do this, I don't even know what you call this haircut where it's kind of, undercut here. It's an undercut haircut, long on top, short on the sides. And I think it might have been even Logan when I first did this. He's like, oh, you're trying to look like me. And I was like, no, I'm trying to look like me back when I was your age. Right. It was a skater cut back then. I mean, it was an undercut. That's all it was. It was a bowl cut that was undercut.
Do you have the chili bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby, me too.
Lift it up. Yep. Zip. And then drop it and zip.
And then let it fall.
Yep. So it's like, no.
I'm so bad.
Yeah. Orlando saying, yes, Crocs get a big no from me.
So, Orlando.
Yep.
What's up, man?
Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
No on the Crocs.
And Dad was saying yes on the, that would actually work. Like a plain white t-shirt would work really well for light diffusion. Because it's essentially just taking this small light and dispersing it on, bigger source. I like it. So Jen doesn't have to buy me more. No, she does not need to buy more lights. She just needs to let me buy more cameras.
Oh my goodness.
Might as well. So, all right. I got nothing else. Jarrod, you got anything else?
I got nothing.
All right. So this was episode 50. And we're going to be taking a few weeks off at least. We want to get some new graphics and stuff and things and stuff and maybe some more things.
Yep.
And we'll let you know when we're back. I don't know when that's going to be, but we'll be back. It'll be not this month. It'll at least be July. Hopefully July, not August. I'd like to be back in July sometime.
Yep.
We'll see. So I guess until then, that's all I got. That's all Jarrod got. Stay blessed. Enjoy God's best. See you then.